one was blocked, another was checked because of the bad snap. But he's back to his old self. 2 for 2.
I would say ever. I would say he's one of my favorite ever because, like I said before, I don't. I personally choose not to really remember the Mayweather post Arturo Gatti. I prefer to remember the Mayweather who fought Gatti, the Mayweather who fought Diego Corrales, the Mayweather who fought DeMarcus Corley, the Mayweather who fought, Philip Endu. Those are the fights to me that really showed who he is and his true talent and skill. Once he smelled the money, he wised up. Like I said, these fighters nowadays do not want to end up slurred of speech and having brain damage. They don't want to be Riddick Bowe. They don't want to be like that. And you can't blame these guys. There's no other sport that has the physical effects of boxing. Like, you got to understand the difference. This is one big difference between boxing and like any other fight sport, like MMA.
Right.
In MMA, pretty much once a guy gets hurt bad, the fight is over.
It's done,
There's
right.
no 10 count. There's no nothing to let the fight continue. In boxing, you can get rocked by a punch, make it to your feet. You're still stumbling. As long as you can put your hands up, walk to the referee, say, yes, I'm okay. You can continue to get punched in the face for 36 minutes. So you can't really, I don't fault a guy like Floyd Mayweather for not wanting to be a throwback warrior, because he'd rather build up something that his family can have after he's gone. Like, he's made enough money to make sure his kids are set. I think it'll be a bigger disappointment for him to go out there like he's trying to prove something to everybody and have a fight, twice a month like they used to do back in the day. Look, just to prove to everybody that, hey, I really am the best.
Man, I'm telling you, look.
This isn't
1960,
man.
You prove it to me. You prove it to me, Mayweather. You prove it. Give me some good fights to look at. I'm sick and tired of this mess. Look, Floyd, you better come out of retirement. Boxing, I've been sick as a fan. Every time you left, because there was so many fights left on the table. You come out of retirement and you fight either Marquez or you fight Pacquiao.
Guess what?
And that's it.
Guess what? What you just did is the exact reason why Floyd said he's the greatest ever. You see what I'm saying?
I don't care, man.
Because
I'm sick with it.
You don't even like the guy.
I don't even like it. But it was so many good fights possibilities.
If he came out of retirement right now, you would buy the fight, and the main reason for you buying that fight would be to see him lose, or to see if he's going to lose.
Like, I want to see Sugar Ray Leonard against Hagler type fights. Remember that? Like, when he came back out of retirement, just to claim, a super fight.
I remember that.
All these little fights are good and everything, but I want to see a super fight.
That was actually the fight that got me starting boxing. I'll never forget, my mother's fiance bought the VHS, because back then there were no DVDs.
Right.
He had the VHS tape. He came out, and one day I was in the house. I put it in. They had the whole build up to the fight, footage from training, and I would watch that fight all the time. So those fights,
man, look,
boxing is in a different.
I love boxing so much. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them old school guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, they talk about boxing and MMA, and I just can't get into two grown men, on the ground, rubbing and hugging. I just can't get into that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend nobody, or I really don't even care.
God.
But look, I like boxing. I like big time boxing. I like get my money ready for some super fights, man. And actually, Floyd, you need to come back. We need a big time fight, man. And I can't think of one fight that would be more exciting than you against Pacquiao. Yeah. That would be the fight. And you talking about making money? You can make money off of that fight. Come on, Mayweather, come back. We need you as fans to bring some excitement back in boxing because we don't have it with the heavyweights. There ain't no heavyweight division. You the only one left. Mayweather, you come out of retirement and you fight. You fight Pacquiao. You fight even, look, we need at least end up this year and go into next year. You can't stay out forever. Come back. Come back now and get it over with. And I'll personally be the one to say, look, he may be the greatest. He may be the greatest. Because
you think it's possible?
It might be possible. If he do what I say. If he do what I say, follow my road to becoming the greatest. This is my road to becoming the greatest, Mayweather. I'm giving it to you right now.
I honestly don't think it's at all possible for, no matter what he does, I don't think it's at all possible for Mayweather to widely be considered the greatest ever. I can see it possible if he comes out of retirement and he beats Pacquiao, and then, or if he beats Marquez and then turns around and beats Pacquiao. I think
here's my road to victory right here, becoming the greatest fighter right here. He come back, knock off Marquez, come back, fight Pacquiao, right? Then come back and dominate Sugar Shane Mosley.
Mosley will be too old by then.
Dude,
Mosley, he'll be out of the picture by mid 2010.
You think so?
Yeah,
I'm saying, Luke, if he come back and beat him, dude, that's what I'm saying. He come back. And I take.
He would have to fight Cotto if that I think would get him consideration for the greatest ever. If he comes out of retirement, beats Marquez, Pacquiao, and Cotto, no specific order.
Well, I think it's
highly unlikely that he'll fight those guys.
Is a good, and I tell you another devastating fighter, man. That we have, man, is.
Please don't say Paul Williams. That's not gonna.
Look, check this. Look, Paul Williams is, once he knocks off Winky Wright, right, which is a hard task in itself. Look, he comes back, knock out Paul Williams, knock off Winky Wright. Then he comes back and fight Cotto, destroys Cotto, which he will. Then Mayweather comes up out of nowhere, back out of retirement after a vicious win over Pacquiao and over Sugar Shane Mosley. But if Sugar Shane is too old, then he goes after him. The reigning, dominating Paul Will.
Dude.
P. Will, which I think he is the truth. P. Will is the truth. Look. If he can do that and then come from his weight class with his size and dominate P. Will, oh my goodness.
Dude.
Listen, look.
Time out. Man, listen. I told you 2 years ago, when Mayweather was still at the height of his career.
Right.
He will never get anywhere near a ring with Paul Williams around. I told you 2 years ago.
I mean, you said what? Say it again.
You asked me a question I remember this.
Mayweather, listen.
You asked me a question 2 years ago.
Right.
If there was anybody out there that I thought could beat Floyd Mayweather.
Beat him, right?
And I told you the only fighter out there who can beat him is Paul Williams.
Oh, Paul Williams.
But it will absolutely never happen. They will never spar.
Why?
None of that. It would never happen.
Because
he's too big.
Because he got the tools,
he's too active.
And look, and that's what I'm saying. Look,
there's no way that fight ever happened. It wouldn't even make sense.
Check out this. That's the reason why it should happen. Because
for what?
Because they said the same thing.
I wouldn't even really want to see that.
Look, and they said the same thing about Tommy Hearns going against Sugar Ray.
That's totally different.
And you saw what happened.
The size difference wasn't as drastic.
And then we're saying, look,
Sugar Ray was like 5'10".
Look,
Floyd is 5'8".
Look, that is what makes the greatest.
If you're gonna be 5'8",
if you want to be the greatest,
but listen,
you gotta strive to conquer.
If you're gonna be 5'8",
conquer things that you shouldn't be able to conquer.
But if you're gonna
that's what makes you great.
But the thing is, and this is where the saying of styles make fights come in. If you're 5'8" and you're fighting somebody that's 6'1", you better pack a hell of a punch. You know, I mean,
Right.
Floyd could potentially win the fight based off of his defensive skills, but the way, like, he doesn't have, like, you know, like a style like Pacquiao, he's so awkward. You can't get your timing down on him. That's not really the case with Floyd. Floyd likes to fight going backwards.
Yeah, but what I'm
That's
saying,
not going to work against Paul Williams.
yeah, but what I'm saying
That's
is
why
this. I'm
the
saying,
fight
look,
wouldn't even make sense. He doesn't pack the power necessary to me stand a fair chance in that fight.